Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRosa coming to you again from our digital desk. We're going to take you to a news conference that's just getting underway. A really bizarre situation unfolding this morning in Lorain County and then near Avon, where Ohio State Highway Patrol were chasing multiple vehicles where the drivers were wearing ski masks. They were all stolen vehicles. They actually hit a Lorain County deputy in his vehicle, causing minor injuries. Then, when trying to make the arrests, the suspect, one of the suspects, got into an actual fight with the officers. Let's take a listen into the update.
Confirmed stolen vehicle is still at large in the greater Cleveland area. It's a gray 2023 Chevy Camaro ZL1 with a black convertible top. I'm going to include a picture in the media release if you guys want to share that. We're asking that if anyone has seen that vehicle and has any information on that vehicle's whereabouts, to call the State Patrol at 216-265-1677, or you can dial pound 677 from your mobile phone if you can safely do so. The search has concluded at this time, and there's no ongoing threat to the area. What questions do you have?
So these were stolen from a dealership in South Amherst?
No. So we have confirmed that 3 of the vehicles were stolen from Firelands Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Perkins Township. We're still processing the 4th vehicle that was recovered this morning to find out where it was stolen from.
Okay. And any leads on the vehicle that's still missing in the greater Cleveland area?
So we have put out information to surrounding law enforcement agencies. We're utilizing some technology to help spot that vehicle based upon the description we have of it, and so we're still looking for it.
Can you just describe the area of 611 where several crashes happened, including one of the sheriff's deputies' vehicles, just kind of the timeline of how that happened and the damage there?
So as the trooper was following it this morning, waiting for more officers to get into the area, the suspects all exited to State Route 611 from 90 eastbound. It is a congested area that time of the morning. It's rush hour or getting close to rush hour. There's businesses in the area, including like a BJ's Wholesale Club and a Dunkin', and that's where the crash occurs, right there at the exit. So as one of the vehicles was exiting, traffic was stopped in both lanes on the ramp, and one of the suspect vehicles actually drove in between vehicles, striking them as he was trying to escape the traffic stop.
The 2 suspects that were apprehended, are they cooperating at all?
Those 2 suspects are, so the 2 suspects apprehended are a 20-year-old male and a 15-year-old male, and as I said, charges are still pending against them.
Okay. And then one of them being 15, obviously not even old enough to drive. That's got to be troublesome, right, that someone this young is doing this kind of thing?
I think it's troublesome when anyone does this kind of thing. So we're going to follow all our leads and try and file the appropriate charges, maybe prevent this from happening again.
And then at the scene this morning, obviously there were drones in the air and kind of a search just for any other suspects. Was that just to cover all your bases, or was there anyone else you were looking for specifically?
So we recovered 2 vehicles immediately. One was crashed right there at the scene, and then one was crashed into the deputy. The suspects fled from those vehicles by the time we were able to begin a search. 2 suspects were quickly apprehended. But then a 3rd vehicle was parked and crashed across the street, and a 4th vehicle was a few miles down the road. So that's what we were searching for, was whoever the drivers were for those 2 other stolen vehicles.
How did they steal the cars?
Here. So I can confirm the vehicles were stolen from, the Firelands Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Perkins Township. Yeah, the way that they were stolen has not been determined at this time. It's something that we're still going to follow up on. And we've got several officers conducting interviews and processing evidence to try and determine that.
Do we know if those suspects are related, or if, anything in relation between those 2 suspects at all?
I don't know if there's any relation between the 2 suspects.
Were they known to law enforcement?
I do not know if they were known to law enforcement. That's something we'll follow up on and determine as part of our investigation.
Are these the only 2 suspects involved in this, or are you still looking for more?
Well, when the incident began, there were 5 cars.
Right, okay.
We know that 4 cars were stolen from the Chevy dealership this morning, and 3 of those cars have been recovered, along with another stolen car that we're still trying to figure out where it was stolen from. So we know there's 5 suspects at least. The 5th one is going to be still at large, somewhere in the greater Cleveland area, driving around, hopefully still driving around so we can catch him. A gray 2023 Chevy Camaro ZL1, gray with a black convertible top. Any other questions?
I just wanted to make sure, you said So 5 cars, so are there 5 suspects, so 3 people missing since 2 were apprehended?
Right, two missing on foot that we're aware of, and then the third one that we never got him stopped. The Camaro was never, the way I understand this incident as it went down, the Camaro was actually the first vehicle in the line when the trooper first observed him. So he managed to escape the area in that vehicle, was last spotted in the Cleveland area. So
At least one cruiser was hit. Were there any damages to additional vehicles?
there were no damages to any other cruisers. There was damage to a civilian's vehicle. There were no injuries to that civilian, thankfully. So the only other damages or injuries were in the deputy's vehicle. So, all right, thank you guys so much. Again, we're thankful no one was injured seriously this morning. So, thank you.
Dan DeRosa with 19 News as we get a brief update on what seems like something out of a movie this morning in Lorain County and in the Avon area. Just one second.
The Lorain County deputy was involved in a crash this morning during the incident. It's my understanding he has been treated and released from the hospital.
So there we get an update on the deputy that was injured in this chase. He has been released from the hospital. That's the good news. Again, that Ohio State Highway Patrol update there was kind of haphazard, just kind of all over the place. Basically, it sounds like a group of at least 5 individuals went to the Firelands dealership in Perkins Township. Wanted to make sure I got that right. Firelands dealership in Perkins Township. And we've seen this before. They're going after the Camaros, the Dodge Chargers, the Challengers, what the Ohio State Highway Patrol calls high-performance vehicles. Somehow managed to steal at least 5 of those vehicles this morning. An Ohio State Highway Patrol officer saw them with no tags, driving at a high rate of speed. And in fact, when they were able to finally try and catch up with some of them, they were all wearing ski masks. The chase started, a number of crashes involved in that. 2 individuals caught, all of them when they crashed took off on foot. They caught a 20-year-old and a 15-year-old. That's astounding. A 15-year-old that is wrapped up in this car theft ring of these high-performance vehicles. And then there's still that 5th vehicle that's out there, could be in the Cleveland area right now. You heard the trooper say they're hoping he is still driving that stolen vehicle around. It's a gray 2023 Camaro convertible. It's gray with a black top. If you see a car like that with no license plate, call police right away as they're looking for more suspects. But obviously, the other half of this story, not only the crashes that were involved, but that Firelands dealership in Perkins Township being the latest target. We've seen these, it kind of calmed down. We haven't seen one in maybe a year, but in the years previous to that, this seemed to happen about once a month where these Chevy and Dodge and Ford dealerships are getting hit, and the really fast cars are being yanked off those lots. So we'll see if we can get maybe surveillance video from that dealership again in Perkins Township. We'll have the latest on this and all of the day's breaking news. It's turning out to be a busy morning. Watch for our noon broadcast in just about a half an hour. And then when we start 3.5 hours of news and first alert weather on Channel 19 at 3 o'clock. Until then, I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.